All right, we are really pleased to be here right now with Joe O'Herlihy, audio engineer, front of house engineer for U2. Joe, glad to have you.
Pleasure, Michael.
How are you doing these days? What are you doing these days with the band off the road for a bit?
The guys are in the studio at the moment,
okay,
and looking at product probably by the end of the year, and hopefully touring in 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, so what are you doing? What do you do are you involved in the studio process at all? Or
I was for all of the earlier stuff, but you know, the responsibilities between the live concept and the touring element versus the studio the demands became enormous because the band grew in such stature and stuff like that. So it's two different disciplines. So I spend a lot of my time when they're in the studio basically researching the next campaign. Right. And that means, going actively into the field, looking at product that's out there, looking at different sound systems, different technologies to make sure that when we hit the road next time out, I'm totally up to speed on what technology is available, and if I need to change or make any, technological changes that will help us to do what we want to do touring-wise.
And when are you going to start with the actual system design work? I mean, I know you're doing research, but there's a difference between research and system.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when it's determined what type and style of tour and what particular territories and stuff like that, or
venues,
and depending on which way we start in America or in Europe or in Australasia or whatever part of the world we begin in, then that's determined how we approach it in the context of if it's going to be an arena tour or if it's going to be a stadium tour. That's all determined by as soon as we get some dates in front of us, which is it's something that's been discussed at the moment, and I would presume that our heads of department first production run meetings will probably take place in March or something like that.
Right.
So that would be a year prior to the campaign beginning. So.
Now, your history, you go all the way back to the very beginning with these guys, right?
Yeah, my very first show with them was the 25th of September 1978. That's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long innings, as they say. But 35 years this year, and I'm 40 years in the business. 5 years prior to that with a guitarist called Rory Gallagher. So it's been good so far.
Yeah. It's been great.
Absolutely great. Yeah.
It's been great. Well, we're happy to have you here. We're really happy to have you here. We hope you'll come back to TourLink. You having a good time?
Yes, absolutely. It's a fantastic, believe it or not, and it's extraordinary, and I pinch myself at times, it's my first TourLink in my 40 years of existence in this business, which is daft, really. But, in the context, it's a fantastic place to come because, all of our industry people are here, and it's a great weekend where you meet a lot of the people that you pass by when you're touring and stuff like that, whereas here
you don't have time to have a decent conversation.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
And here you can chew the fat and you can talk about various different things, and several people I haven't met for a long time. We had great discussions about the whole 360 tour and about the audio challenges associated with that, and it was just a brilliant thing to be able to sit down unrushed and have a good chat with people.
Yeah,
and that for me is what TourLink is all about. And it's fantastic because you have all of the vendors and everybody from all different elements of our industry here, and you can you can chat with them and you can find out what's new and what's up and coming and stuff like that. I'm here as well in the context of a new product I'm working on with Claire Global, and it's called Airmonics, and for me it's going to be a game changer in our industry because what it does is avails of the latest technology in the context of everybody from 7 to 70 these days has a smartphone, and smartphone technology is introduced into our industry more and more and more as every year goes by. And for this particular application we have an app for your smartphone which basically you can have at any venue, be it in an arena or a stadium or whatever, and there will be a broadcast of, let's say, the front of house mix from the stage area where your phone through the microphone on your phone will pick up the sound, and we have designed an app and an algorithm that will basically time align and delay the actual audio path, so that when it comes out your earbuds, where you're sitting or standing, and if you're way up in, like, the first level, second level up in the gods, or
It'll be delayed out, so it's real time.
It's real time, delayed, and it's time aligned. So what you're hearing, and when you put your ears in, it basically is a combination of both factors. So what it does is that all of the venues that for years that we have struggled with, invariable good, bad and indifferent acoustics and all of that, with like reflective surfaces and roofs and all of the things that have made our life a little bit more challenging, but this will help us in a way that it's a complete fan engagement enhancement, which basically means that the fan at long last will have an opportunity to hear stereo sound even though you're way up in the gods. And it'll bring, like Bono for instance, from the stage right into your your zone.
When's this going to be ready?
We're 99% there with it at the moment. We have hopefully we'll have a rollout, and don't tie me to this, guys, because they'll kill me back at base. But I would say that we'd be looking at April or May of this year. It may not be, for everyone in April or May, but we're definitely
betas at the very least.
We're going to bat on it around April or May. So I'm very excited about it. It is a very new technology, and it is a technology that I believe will change what we do.
Wow. Well, of course. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're not relying on the acoustics of the building.
Well, you're not. And what you're also doing is that you're giving the fan something that, I suppose they've been crying out for years, and that in the intimacy of that contact.
I was going to say, it's a much more intimate, much more personal
and the intelligibility
experience.
And everything will be completely, total digital quality, and you would think, in this day and age, that the audio industry is going to respond like where the technology has helped every other part of the industry, from video to lighting to, all of the, the control elements. But the audio side of it has always, not necessarily been the poor relation, but it's now we've come up with something that's really smart technology.
That is fantastic.
And there's been huge interest, like both in North America and enormous interest actually in the UK and Europe. And we're looking at putting together IT packages to put into facilities, and this will incorporate it. It's done through high density Wi-Fi, the distribution element of it, and I think we've cracked that, which has been our nemesis for a long time. But I do believe that we have a vehicle now that will take this to the next level.
Well, there is, and I'm going to wrap with this. There is the looming dragon out there of how do you keep people from recording?
Like all of these things, well, what happens with the first 75 rows of people that have their smart technology?
That's right.
That exists. All we're doing is
the genie's out of the bottle.
All we're doing is, we're not doing, this is not rocket science. We're not changing anything that already doesn't exist. It does exist. We're making it better.
Okay.
And there is a features list associated with this, like any new technology, in the context of encryption and stuff like that. So it will be something that we've thought long and hard about. So. It's exciting times.
Joey O, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, brother.
A pleasure.
Good to see you.
Indeed. Thanks, guys.